What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Jimmy Does Coasters, and welcome to the first installment of a new park spotlight series, Top 10 Reasons to Visit. Today we're going to highlight a park I recently visited. Stick around to get a better look at maybe the world's most unique park and the best theme park in Colorado, Glenwood Caverns. Before I start, remember there are a lot of great things about every park, but in this series I'm focusing less on the generic great things and more on what makes this park unique in comparison to most of the other theme parks out there. After all, if there are thousands of theme parks out there, why should you make the effort and the trip to visit this one? Well, I got 10 reasons for you here. Number 10. Small park, small town vibes. One of the cool things about visiting relatively small parks is they don't have so much standards and systems in place that it feels like the park personality is gone. In this park, we felt like a part of the family because of how personal everything was. The best example was, since we just had a baby, my wife needed a place to nurse every few hours. We talked to a guy there asking where he'd recommend, and he said there was a place around the corner he could send us, but it was a little dusty and he wouldn't feel good sending us there. So he went around and basically found us a place that authorized personnel only could enter, and then let us hang out there whenever we needed to that day. It was a small gesture, but it gave a bit more warmth to our park experience. Number 9. The most unique park entrance. I probably should have said this at the beginning, but this park is so unique because it sits at the peak of Iron Mountain, overlooking a deep canyon, Glenwood Canyon, where the highway runs through as well as the Colorado River. Because of that, driving to the park isn't so simple. Instead, you park at the base of the mountain, then board a gondola, which takes you to the top of the cliff and into the park. In all the parks I've visited, I don't think I've ever seen a more epic way to enter a park than this. Number 8. Amazing views from every ride. Without spoiling too much about the upcoming items on this list, being on top of a mountain, along a cliffside, you are bound to have amazing views from every ride in the park. Pretty much every picture you take in the park has a pretty good chance of being your computer screensaver after this, because the Colorado mountain scenery behind you is awesome at every angle, and Glenwood Canyon and the river is all just amazing. Number 7. Great surrounding town, scenery, and activities. Glenwood Caverns belongs to the town of Glenwood Springs, a cute town between Grand Junction and Denver, Colorado, which, other than Glenwood Caverns, is known most for their hot springs and river rafting trips. The river that runs through Glenwood Caverns, the Colorado River, has several natural hot springs along the riverbed throughout the town, some of which you can still hike to for free, and others have been turned into beautiful resorts where you can buy a 3-hour ticket if you just want to stop in. The two big ones are Glenwood Hot Springs and Iron Mountain Hot Springs. What a cool way to finish off your day. You can go all in at Glenwood Caverns, then at closing time come down the mountain exhausted and relax in the state-of-the-art hot spring pool. We were going to do this, but the whole city's power went out randomly, so we just went and hiked to a natural hot spring. I'll get more about that in our vlog trip coming out in a bit. Number 6, one of the nation's best Alpine coasters. Glenwood Caverns is famously home to an Alpine coaster that was once voted in USA Today as one of the 10 best roller coaster rides in America. You're probably thinking, are you kidding? An Alpine coaster with all the crazy roller coasters out there? No kidding, that's what it was voted. This is my first ever Alpine coaster, actually. I'd always wanted to ride one, so I'm super happy I got to start with this one. It was a blast. Part of the novelty of it is just how high up you are on Iron Mountain when you start. Then you coast your whole way down around the mountain with awesome views the whole way and control of the speed and brakes. While I can't compare it with other Alpine coasters, to be fair, I can say this was such a blast and a relaxing ride at the same time that I marathoned this thing over and over and over before the park closed. And even when the rest of the park closes for the winter, this Alpine coaster stays open for winter rides. Before the next one, I just want to remind you that if you want to support more content like this being made, liking and subscribing would be a huge help to me and the channel. Thank you. Number 5. Cave tours and something for every age. Glenwood Caverns is home to 2 enormous caves, and that's actually how the park started. It was a guided tour experience of the underground caves. We only got to tour one of them, Kings Row, when we visited a few weeks ago, but it was a sweet experience. It was educational and breathtaking. I may have grown up, but there's still a 5-year-old inside of me that loves secret caves, so this was awesome and a dream come true. The other cave, Fairy Cave, goes so far underground that it actually comes out to a lookout point on the cliff coming out the other side. The cool thing is we rode a roller coaster right before our cave tour. Where else can you ride a roller coaster and tour a natural wonder within 100 feet of each other? Between the caves, the thrill rides, and the kid-focused attractions, some of those are a kiddie coaster, a cave tunnel box, a sand pit, and other things, this is really a park that I think every age can enjoy to the fullest, especially because a lot of the older generation might not be interested in riding thrill rides, but would love the cave tours and gondola ride. Alright, these last 4 focus on the rest of the rides at Glenwood Caverns, and especially the bragging rights you get from riding a ride here. Number 4, America's highest inversion. One of the newest additions to Glenwood Caverns is the Defiance Coaster, their Gerstlauer Eurofighter, with the vertical lift hill, a beyond vertical drop at a 102.3 degree angle, and a short but intense layout on the side of Iron Mountain. Beyond that, it is sitting at 7,132 feet above sea level, so it's the highest inverting roller coaster in the United States. How's that for bragging rights? Number 3, probably the world's scariest flat rides. Glenwood Caverns is home to 2 flat rides that may seem normal at first, but they're much scarier than they let on. The Glenwood Cavern swings, just your normal swings going in a circle, and the Giant Canyon swing, which is a pendulum thrill ride. But what makes them special? Well, perched on the edge of a cliff overlooking the Colorado River, the Glenwood Canyon Flyer, other than just give you an awesome view of the canyon, swings you over and over off the edge of that cliff, 1,300 feet above the Colorado River below. Talking with people at the park, there may not be a sketchier feeling they felt all day than catching the windy updraft as their swings course took them over the canyon edge and back. The Giant Canyon swing swings you like a pendulum over the edge of that same cliff, letting you either face straight down as you sit over the edge of that cliff or straight up at the sky. Either way, it's a terrifying feeling being suspended above the river more than 1,300 feet below you. This has been named by USA Today as one of the most extreme rides in the United States. No wonder why. Want to make a ride more scary? Just put it on top of a cliff. It's a pretty simple formula. Number 2, the world's only underground drop ride. Let me introduce you to one of the park's hidden gems, Crystal Tower. Even when I was going to the park, I didn't catch wind of how special this ride was until I got there. Because you're at a theme park on top of a mountain, everyone's thinking about how high you are, no one's thinking about the underground stuff. But Crystal Tower might just be the craziest ride in the park, and you wouldn't even know it if you looked at it. Walking to the ride, it's just a humble little blue barn on the side of a mountain. What's in it? Looks like maybe a gift shop or a short dark ride. Nope. You're about to ride the world's first and only underground drop ride. I was hesitant to tell you about this one in the video because the surprise is a big part of the excitement and the fun. It's pretty crazy the ride drops you 30 feet underground into Iron Mountain, huh? Wait, no, just kidding. 30 feet would be crazy, but this is actually dropping you 110 feet inside of the Iron Mountain. Now that's insane. And number 1, the continent's highest altitude full-size coaster. At the top of the list is the ultimate set of bragging rights. You get to come home from Glenwood Caverns saying you rode the highest elevation full-size coaster in North America, Cliffhanger. This roller coaster sits at an elevation of 7,160 feet and is along the cliffside overlooking Glenwood Canyon. So you not only get to say you're up high, but you feel just about as high up as you get some eerily close views of the Colorado River sitting 1,450 feet below you. This roller coaster sits at the top of the park, and rightly so, as the king of Glenwood Caverns, and also just a fun roller coaster on its own with some surprisingly intense elements throughout its circuit. This is probably one of the coolest coaster credits you can take back home with you. Didn't think you'd be getting it from such a small park in Colorado? Think again. Caveats before we go. Before I end the video, I want to give some caveats because while I love to highlight the good in theme parks that deserve it, I also want to give you an honest idea of what to expect from the park, good and bad. So here's some bonus information to keep you well informed for your visit. First, there are other ride experiences and cool theme elements of the park I didn't mention, so I'd encourage you to find out what else they have to offer. Second, because some people only want to see caves and other people only want to ride rides, the park has different packages based on what you want to do, so you don't have to pay for everything if you don't want to do everything. Although I'd recommend just doing everything because it's all pretty awesome and well-rounded. Third, this may have just been a pre-summer season thing because it's a smaller park with small town vibes like I mentioned before, but things are a little more chill in ride operations. When we were there, each ride closed at a different time for the ride operator to take a lunch break. It's not that bad though, it's just 20 minutes, so just make sure you plan and expect that. Fourth, I'll touch on this a bit more in a video I'll make later about my recommendations of how to make sure you get the most out of your park experience. But being at the top of a mountain, weather can change really rapidly, so it can very quickly go from a calm sunny day to being a very windy day in a matter of minutes. Many of these rides, especially the swings and Cliffhanger, have to close until the wind dies back down to mild, so be prepared for if that happens. But because the wind came sporadically, it also left sporadically when we were there. So nothing's permanently closed because of the wind. Just get the rides in that you want to get in case the wind does close them. And fifth, while this park has its fill of thrilling attractions, if you're a coaster enthusiast, remember that going to this park, it is no Cedar Point, right? It only has 4 roller coasters, so don't go expecting to ride several of the world's biggest and most intense roller coasters out there. Instead, manage your expectations to have some of the most unique ride experiences you've ever had. Take time to re-ride your favorite attractions and appreciate the scenery and the natural wonders that surround you. Glenwood Caverns gives you the opportunity to mix natural beauty with thrilling machinery, so enjoy it for what it is. Well, alrighty, that's a wrap on my spotlight of Glenwood Caverns and why it deserves a visit from you. Let me know how you agree with this list. If you've gone, what was your biggest highlight? And if you haven't, what are you most excited for? This summer is just beginning, and if you're looking for a one-of-a-kind experience to fill your weekend, you can start here. And remember, if you like this video, please like this video. And if you'd like to see more videos like these, please subscribe, and that would really help out. Thank you.